Hey, honey. You ready to take it apart?
Yeah, I'm going to take the screws out of it and take these panels off to show you how they go together. I did my dry fit. Got everything fit, everything that looks the way I want it to. And by the way, these screws I'm putting in here are stainless. They will not rust. So any of these panels, any kind of moisture that's up in there, I don't have to worry about this stuff going bad. Now this lifts up and pulls out. And you can see there's a groove here. We got to put caulking in that groove, and we'll put caulking on this edge. So it comes apart. The way it comes in, it's got little fingers that sit down in here, and it pulls it in place. Got a lip that goes in. These little nubs here are what goes in that slot and holds it together. And the bottom, it has little nubs that go down into these slots. All right, the next one I'm going to take off is this one. I'll take this cover off. Can you see him?
No, not really.
It's kind of hard. There you go. There you go. All right, I got to have that drill driver. It's right behind you. And we'll do the dance around here.
Woohoo!
I told
New
you
Year's
we're
Eve
going to
dance.
dance one of these nights.
New Year's Eve dancing.
Yeah. All right. This put over here. And I took the guts out of this because it sticks out to about here. And because it sticks out to about here, you can't really take this off or can't install it around it. It's not convenient. All right, I got one screw here. Take this one out. And this panel, you see it's got to come out of the slots in the bottom. I got to lift up enough to get out of those slots and get it out the top. Now, I don't know if I'm going to be able to do that. We'll see. Oh, that's right. I had to take this off, didn't I? This unscrews. That allows me to lift the whole panel up. That was the problem that I had to solve. Because you can't get it in there unless all those components are out of the way, because it goes straight up and then out. So now, I heard something move.
Screw.
Screw? Okay. So now, this is all set. We can't put anything that back together until we get all this straightened out. Now the next, take those 3 screws out and you'll see my boards back here. All of these are stainless. And in the other video, I told you what I did in the bottom of the tub. I use grout. Actually, thin set cement. Either one will work. You want something that won't shrink. So,
Let me help you with that.
Yes. You
Okay,
shut that off and we'll get another video of it and we'll do the glue.
Okay, guys, I'm going to pause y'all for a minute. Okay, we're back. We just had to take that off the wall.
Yeah, it's large and awkward. So, here's my pieces that I put on there for my grab bar supports. I've got to put a couple more screws in here, and I'm going to go around and put some caulking in here. I'll do the back one first, then I'll caulk the other ones. That way I don't make too much of a mess. So we'll get back to it as soon as we get ready to put this thing back together. Pause this again. Go ahead.
Okie dokie, baby, we're back.
All right, we're back. The next step here is to caulk it. Now, on the back wall, this has got these notches. We don't have to have caulking in those notches. and our surround doesn't actually go into the corners. So we're going to go just a little bit in from this edge. We don't want to put caulking in that notch, mainly because it might hold us out. I just want a good fat bead. Nobody's going to see this. If it squirts out the edges, we'll just wipe the excess off. And in all reality, the way this surround and everything is made, you're not going to have water going back uphill. And that edge comes back into about there. And back over in here. Put a little bit in here. All right. Now while that sits there for a second, we'll go ahead and put this one in.
He's going to need my help, guys. We'll be back in a second. Okay, guys, we got it up there. He's got one screw holding it.
Yeah, I'm going to put the other two in the back. And using this old towel so I don't scratch it up. Might have a rock on my sneaker or something like that. And yeah, I used to ride unicycle. I balance pretty good. Made in China. Love it. These are just Phillips head stainless. And stainless is soft. You got to expect some of these to not be good for anything. If you put them in there and they start jumping around, you'll strip it out. But throw them away. That's going to hold us in place. Our next one will be this wall at the foot of the tub. And if you come out of that hole there, come on around, I'll go ahead and put another goop of caulking on it. There we go. There's that. And now this one, we have to caulk down inside this edge. So this is going to be fun. As long as you got caulking in there, you're not going to have anything coming and going in and out of it. Okay. Now, whatever comes out of that will work its way off. I did a remodel at my other house, and when I did that tub, I took a cast iron tub out and nothing matched up. The drain hole, nothing matched up. So I had it rigged up with a way of lifting the tub up, set the tub down, lift it up, set it down. I got to get a panel. Okay. This is our next panel. It goes into the slot, comes down, and locks in. There we go. We're locked in. Everything's sealed. Now I'll just go ahead and put some screws in. Let's start here. it feels like you're tensionizing this a little bit too much, put your little shim in here. Put a shim between the, because you don't want to break this. It's strong, but it has its capabilities, just like anything else.
Is it acrylic?
It's an acrylic, but it's fiberglass reinforced. And when you go to putting this thing together, take a look at all your edges, all your contact points, and make sure, because it's a casting, make sure you don't have any extra little skins around the sides, because those little skins can give you a problem. It won't allow for the panel to drop. I noticed in this, when I was doing this one, in these slots, it had excess material in there. So it didn't pull in right, it didn't fit right. It would have been a mess if I had just glued everything up and tried to stick it together, because you can't do that with these surrounds. These are fantastic. I love what I've got at the house in Gastonia.
It's easy to clean.
It's easy to clean. It doesn't stain well. And I found the best thing for cleaning it is whitening toothpaste. It's not abrasive. It's not abrasive. And
it's a polish.
It's a polish. It works real good. Here we go. In all reality, if it got wet in this crack, the water would follow the two panels and dump out into the tub. So all I'm doing is just a little bit of insurance here. I don't think it even calls for this in the instructions. But I'd rather have a little bit of insurance than have mold growing behind my tub wall. Okay, this one's ready. And again, you have to put it in and drop it down. This is the event that we've been looking for. This is what all of this, everything that we've done here has been leading up to. Whew. That 100% pure silicone has a smell to it. It's like vinegar. I will look down here, make sure we're closed up. We are not. There we go. That looks good. That's pulling it a little bit too much. I'll leave it there and I'll put a shim behind that. And I can shim the wall. I can do whatever I want to with the sheetrock. I can even chisel out the backside of the sheetrock. As long as it's tight up against there, I'm good. As long as it's tight up against the framing, I don't want anything to move around, and I don't want to crack that. So I've got a little shim I can stick in there in a minute. And I'm getting the fiberglass from this in my fingers. One more screw, and we can put some. Now, you'll notice if you install one of these that
is that screw hole or is that?
No, I didn't drill a hole in that. What I was going to say is that when you put sheetrock on this surface, the screw and the lip on these will bring this out a little bit. And up in here it's kind of awkward. And if you put the sheetrock in there and put a screw in here, it's not supported behind that. It doesn't have any support. And you're going to be bumping up against these screws. You can kind of use a chisel or something, just take a little bit of that surface out, put it up against there tight, make it fit. Or you can put a shim in there. And the wooden shims, you put it the thin side up and the fat side down, just enough. And you can cut those off at whatever, just so you don't have that cavity in there that'll cause a void that will be difficult when you're doing your sheetrock. So I still have to put a shim on that. And I think I've got one here. I was going to use them for behind. Where'd it go? Dogs ate it. That's what it was. Well, I'll get one later. It's no big deal.
It's in, people. You just don't understand it's in. The bathtub went in last week. Now we got the surround. It's in.
I'll tell you, when it comes to doing stuff like this, I take my time. I'll do it 4 or 5 times if I have to get it right. This unit was almost it was $980, something like that. The tub and the surround together. I got a military discount, and Lowe's is great about military discounts and all. So I got a military discount. I think I saved $80.
That's good.
So it's in there. And the next step will be my green board sheetrock, like what's on the ceiling. So it's mold resistant, water resistant. And then when we paint it, we'll use something like a Zinsser or a Kills or a moisture area appropriate paint.
But that's it for today.
Have a great day and have a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year, everybody.